tree limbs. That's going to be the theme of the day. What's up, raza? Big Mundo here, and I'm back with another video. I tell you what, it was crazy a week ago. We had a storm come in here in Iowa. Now, we're used to big storms. We get them all the time. Tornadoes in the area. I mean, just big storms, big Midwest storms. But this one was a little different. Look at all these tree limbs over here, guys. So the storm, I think, started in Nebraska and started gaining speed and got more powerful. And there was a pretty long line of wind, pretty much. So this was kind of like a hurricane on land. Never really been through a hurricane, but you know, you hear about these big storms down there at the Gulf or Atlantic down there. But this storm was, holy cow! You can see it on the map, or I could see it on the map here on my weather app, and I'm like, holy cow, this sucker's big. But it was moving fast. So no biggie. Like always here at Midwesterns, you know, you crack a beer open and you wait for the storm, and you watch the storm come in. And I tell you what, ooh, we were in for a big surprise. So this storm, they call it, I've never heard this term before. They call this storm a Derecho storm, which means up front, straight. It's a Spanish word. But anyways, never heard that term used before. And you get up to 100+ mile per hour winds. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Here in the Quad Cities, I think we were a little bit over 80. That was bad enough. I mean, that really freaked me out here. But storm came in. I grabbed a little bit of video of the winds from my garage. Couple broken limbs up there. Dang. Anyways, it made a mess. It made a mess here in the Quad Cities. Trees down. You know, pieces of big old trees on on vehicles and houses, fences, you name it. Farmlands, they got affected big time. I mean, it was a mess. It was a mess. And what's funny about the storm, it only lasted like 45 minutes. Came in and boom, before you knew it was gone. Back to nice and peaceful day. But it was just one of those storms. Of course, the power went out. So I'm thinking, you know, we've had no power before. Normally it'll last, you know, good 4 to 6 hours. I think 6 hours is the longest we've gone without power. Nope, not this time. There was a lot of Quad City folks here without power. I mean, them guys working the lines, power lines, a lot of credit to you guys. I'm pretty sure you guys were working a lot of hours to get the cities going with power. But I ended up having just a little over 4 days of no power. And that was crazy in itself. You know, I had to take a shower in the dark with a flashlight. Had a poop with the flashlight on. Oh, shoot. One of those nights, it was so hot because, of course, we don't have air, right? I slept outside in my deck. Put the cot out and freaking slept outside. I said, the hell with it. Boy, I slept good, too. But I really felt sorry for my daughter. I mean, she's grown up with electronics, phone, internet, and all that good stuff. And she couldn't even charge her phone when we were working because we had no power. So she was really stuck with nothing. I'm pretty sure it was an experience for her. But I think Cedar Rapids, which is close by north of us, they got it the worst. I think they got over 100+ winds. And I think there's still some people up there with no power. But yeah, that's what happened here in the Midwest. But like anything, you know, the Midwesterners are here. Once the storm went by, you could hear all the chainsaws, all the neighbors helping each other out. I lost a little bit of siding and popped it back in. My neighbors helped me, we popped it all back in. We're good to go, but it was crazy. It was crazy. I tell you what, you cannot find when the power went out. Of course, you know, you got your fridge, so all the stores, they didn't have any power, so they were all closed. You had to travel a little bit to find a store that was open. I mean, it was crazy. It was just, couldn't even get ice. There was no ice anywhere. I mean, I had to throw luckily I didn't have a lot, but I had to throw a lot of stuff out of my fridge because it spoiled. But that's what happens. Mother Nature, you know. A generator. I tell you what, people were buying generators left and right. You couldn't even find one. Luckily, my nephew hooked me up here the last day that I got my power back. He hooked me up with the generator so I could at least, you know, have some fans on in the house. So that was real nice of him. But, you know, one of those things, you know, if you're not prepared, you'll probably pay the price. Anyways, just a little video, guys, on the storm that hit the Midwest here, eastern Iowa. A Derecho storm. And it was unbelievable. All right, guys. Big Mundo out.